You, who dreams of happiness, who scrolls through 1,000 smiles each day, pause. Why does the pursuit of happiness so often leave a taste of emptiness? He who has a why to live can bear almost any how. Tonight, let's look at what your teachers never told you. That the frantic chase for happiness is not just futile, it's dangerous. Because it can destroy your strength, your authenticity, your soul. Are you brave enough to look behind the mask of happiness? Everywhere you turn, you're told to be happy. Buy this, achieve that, smile for the photo. But happiness marketed is happiness hollowed out. The modern myth, happiness is your birthright, discomfort a disease. Yet history's greatest minds, Nietzsche, Jung, Frankl, even the Buddha warned, the surest way to miss real joy is to demand it at every turn. Ask yourself, is your happiness real? Or are you acting out a script you never wrote? Let's leave philosophy for science, just for a moment. Neuroscience shows every time you get a reward, money, likes, praise, dopamine spikes and fades. The brain quickly adapts, demanding more for the same high. This is the hedonic treadmill. You run, you sweat, you get nowhere. So you raise the stakes, bigger goals, louder applause, more possessions. But happiness slips through your fingers, always just out of reach. Many are stubborn in pursuit of the path they have chosen, few in pursuit of the goal. Are you living your life, or just running in circles for the next fleeting hit? Open your social feed. You see curated joy, perfect bodies, success stories. But behind every filtered smile, there is anxiety, insecurity, and loneliness, all hidden by the pursuit of a happiness that must be shown, not felt. Invisible threads are the strongest ties. Comparison is the thief of joy. The more you watch others, the less you know yourself. Are you living your truth or chasing someone else's dream? We are taught that pain is failure. Nietzsche says, to live is to suffer. To survive is to find meaning in the suffering. By running from discomfort, you make your soul small. Pain, boredom, frustration. These are invitations to grow, not signals to escape. The deepest lives are not those most comfortable, but those most courageous. What have you learned in comfort? What have you become through struggle? Let us draw the line. Pleasure is not happiness, and happiness is not meaning. Meaning is forged in the fire of adversity, in the willingness to risk, to lose, to love, to hope. One must still have chaos in oneself to be able to give birth to a dancing star. A life lived only for happiness is a shallow life, afraid of the dark, haunted by emptiness. True fulfillment asks, for what would you willingly suffer? If you had to choose, would you rather be comfortable or become yourself? Society tells you, just be positive, smile more. This is not optimism, it's denial. Darkness and struggle are not enemies of growth, but it's soil. If you repress pain, you also numb your joy. There is always some madness in love, but there is also always some reason in madness. The healthiest soul is not always happy but always honest. Enter the Stoics, Epictetus, Marcus Aurelius, Seneca. Freedom is not achieved by satisfying your desires, but by eliminating them. They teach, control only what is yours, your mind, your response, your values. When you let go of controlling happiness, you discover a deeper peace. You stop demanding joy and start inviting meaning. What could you let go of today that's keeping you trapped? You are not here to fit in. Become who you are. This is your task, to become the author of your own story, to find your why, that thing so deep, you'd face any storm to protect it. If you stop chasing happiness, you begin to chase understanding, growth, depth. And in the search for your why, happiness sometimes appears, Like a rainbow after the storm, many chase happiness for the ego. I must be satisfied, recognized, celebrated. But the deepest wisdom, East and West, teaches letting go of the self as the only path to real peace. The greatest weight is existence itself. To accept it, even love it, is the highest courage. Can you accept yourself, not as perfect, but as in process? Amor fati. Love your fate, love your whole story, the light and the shadow. If you wish to leave the race for happiness behind, try this. When you feel discomfort, don't run. Name it, feel it, ask what it teaches you. Each day, find one small thing to do, simply for meaning, not for pleasure. Reflect nightly. Did I act from habit or from choice? Limit comparison. For a week, consume less social media. Look inward, not outward. Journal your pain, your dreams, your why, without censure or expectation. All things are subject to interpretation. Whichever interpretation prevails at a given time is a function of power and not truth. Take your power back. In the end, what remains? Not a sum of happy moments, but the depth of your impact, the weight of your love, the courage with which you faced yourself. Invisible threads are the strongest ties. How will you be remembered? As someone who looked for comfort, or as one who burned bright, however briefly, for a reason that outlasted you? Real happiness cannot be pursued, but when you build a life of meaning, it will sometimes find you like sunlight, unexpected, undeserved, undeniable. On now. As the curtain falls, I leave you with the only question that matters. For what would you suffer gladly? What would you create, even if no one understood you? Who would you become if you no longer needed to be happy, but dared at last to be true?